Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to everyone. My name is Peter. Thanks for joining me on my live video. I have my brother here, Kofi. He's also in Canada, and I want to have a small conversation with him. He's a good friend of mine. Uh, he was also interviewed by Choco Millionaire, I think, when he came to Canada, and now he's really doing well. He has a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge. I have known him for some months now, but he has been helpful to the extent that sometimes he even sent me money and other stuff. So God bless you, Kofi. Thank you for coming to my life. I think when I visited Choco Millionaire, we had a meeting with you, but we couldn't finish, right? So
yes, sir.
we couldn't finish, and this is a time for me to have a conversation with me. I think I have a meeting, so today we'll be talking like 15 minutes before I'll go. So thank you for honoring my request to join me. Um, God bless you, Kofi. So basically, I
You're
think
welcome. You're welcome.
generally in Canada, education and everything, how will you see? Maybe probably a person is watching us. A person is also watching us. He's interested. You are coming as an international student, and now things are really working for you. And what should they do? What do you also think? I want to also get your view so that it can help them as well. Yeah.
Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Where you listeners or viewers are watching us from? I'm Kofi. Yeah, with the little experience like we we've gained since coming to Canada here, I think Canada education is very, very good for any international student to come to Canada and explore the opportunities that are, you know, if you're an international student, you are not being restricted at all. You are not being restricted. This is a free country which has a lot of opportunities for you, even you being a student. So I'll always recommend people to choose Canada anytime they want to pursue their studies, which is very good.
So you mean if someone is interested in studying abroad, you would tell the person to apply for Canada?
Sure. For that Canada will be the first country I'll recommend.
Why? What will make you tell maybe someone that you should choose Canada? Because we have United States, Germany, and other stuff. With your own experience, I know you have traveled a lot. You have been going to countries before you landed in Canada. What makes you? What will trigger you to also advise someone to also come here or something like that?
You see, for now, Canada is a free country. It's a free country. It's a free country to me. It's a free country in the sense like the visa requirement that will help you to come to study, maybe coming with a study visa. So it gives you a lot of opportunities. Some countries you are being restricted. Just imagine, like for now, since November they removed the how as an international student you can work from more than like 40 hours. So 2023 December, only if they will extend it again. And also, when you enter the country, you have a lot of opportunities. You can go to some province, you can get your PR before you complete your program, which can never happen in any country. You understand? It can never happen in UK. It can never happen in US. It can never happen in Germany. Like you studied the school, you have not even completed your program, and you are getting a PR. It's never done anywhere. Canada will give you.
People don't really understand the PR. What is the PR you are talking about?
Yeah, PR is the permanent residence. So if you have your PR, meaning you have a permanent residence there in Canada. From there, maybe 2 years time, you are eligible to apply for a citizenship. So that's what a PR means.
So you mean in terms of residents in Canada, if someone wants to stay in the country, there are certain provinces in Canada that when the person go there to study after school, or maybe even within his schooling, he can really get the permanent residence after that citizenship.
Sure. I know of New Brunswick. Because even when my boss at work introduce New. So I read much about New Brunswick, about their PR entries, and it was so true. If you're an international student and you enter through them, you can get your PR before you finish. Because if you have like a work experience back home, so meaning if you are coming from way back home, you can get an employment certificate which you have way back home, which have 3 years or so on it. If you come with your student acceptance letter and all those kind of your stuff, your documentation, you can easily go through that route and you get your PR before you even finish. For that one, I have a testimony. I have a friend who started and he has the PR now. He went through the same route. Went the same route, and it's really working out. And
Oh,
it's
okay.
really working out.
Oh,
So
okay.
and I hear Prince Edward Island also have also same thing like that, and Nova Scotia too. But
Nova
I have not.
Scotia.
Yeah, Nova Scotia, and Prince Edward Island. They also have similar route like that. You can get your PR very fast, very fast before you even get before you even finish your school. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Oh, okay. In terms of people choosing, maybe probably somebody is watching you from Dubai, from Ghana, from Africa. The person want to choose a school or maybe a province. In terms of your knowledge of, I know you know a lot of immigration stuff, visa school and everything. What advice can you give generally if maybe probably a person is watching us, right?
Generally, if you are selecting a Canadian school, generally when you are selecting a Canadian school, what you have to first know is the kind of school you are choosing. Is it DLI approved school? That's the first. And DLI means designated learning institution number. Every school that offers an opportunity to international students to come and study here in Canada has a DLI number. And a DLI number doesn't also means that school is postgraduate work permit eligibility school.
Yeah,
So people
yeah.
will get this difference all the time. Because some people will say, oh, so far as they know like their school has a DLI, they are good to go. Dig further and know whether they are postgraduate work permit eligibility school. Because the aim all of us sometimes we all come here is no one wants to come after the studies and go back. No one. We have our aim. We will tell immigration officers after school we are going back. But hey, it's never like that. Everybody wants to remain here after study. So you have to make sure if you have to go through the school route, meaning if you have to finish your school, you are getting your postgraduate work permit, which will allow you to work from there. You migrate to getting a PR. So you have to also look at that one before you make a decision on that particular school you choose. So that's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Thank you very much. Before we go for your knowledge on school visa applications, generally, maybe probably if someone is watching me from the person is watching me from maybe Dubai, China, or maybe any other country, because I learned you were in Qatar before you come to Canada. What are some of the things they should do? Because some people also, they are in Dubai, they are in hot, like.
Yeah. For those of us who we applied from a different country, not our home countries, sometimes it's very difficult. It's very difficult if you are not able to establish a home tie or economic tie with that particular country you are applying from. Today I was on the phone with a couple of guys from Qatar. Like it's just a free consultation though. I was just trying to give them same advice, because that's very key. Because for now you've lost the moment you travel from your home country. It's like you've lost your home ties to your country. Because sometimes you've been there for 3-4 years, meaning you don't have any good ties relating to your home country. So you have to relate it to where you are residing currently. And that one too, economic. If you are working there, meaning economic ties. So your job that you are doing should carry you through on this one. So you have to establish like you have a job there, you have a good job, which you can prove with an employment letter, a pay slip, a
No,
recommendation.
Kofi. So probably you mean that if a person is watching me now,
Yeah,
and maybe the person is in Qatar, the person is in Sweden, the person is in Dubai, he's
yeah,
interested of coming to Canada. The most important thing you should know is the home ties, right? Is that what you're
yeah.
saying?
Very key. Very key.
So how are they going to establish that? Should they use something in their
You,
back home? Because maybe the person is from Ghana, he's
you
staying
know,
at Finland.
for that one, that's what I said. The moment you travel outside, maybe you've stayed outside for 3-4 years, meaning you are losing your home ties back home. You are losing
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
So that one doesn't guarantee much, because it will be like, say, you same person coming to Canada. You understand, and you don't want to go back. So you can't establish much ties back home again. Like from Ghana, whether in Nigeria, you can't establish that one very quick. So where you should establish very much is where you are currently applying the visa from.
Oh, okay. No, Kofi.
That's where
Here,
you
here,
have to.
here, here is very interested. This because people have been testing me. They are in Dubai, they are in Qatar, they are in Finland, they are in Sweden. They want to come. So you mean that if they want to establish home tie, they shouldn't use back home. Maybe probably he's from Ghana. You shouldn't use that place.
For that one, yeah, with my experience with a lot of applications we've helped out, I think it doesn't work. It doesn't work.
So, so probably maybe the person is working in Canada, Qatar, or the person is working in Dubai. How is he going to establish that ties, right?
Okay. I'm using myself as an example here. I'm using myself as an example. During my time of during my application, Ghana never came in my mind of establishing my
When we
ties
are
with Ghana.
when we're in
When I
Qatar.
was in Qatar, oh yeah, I did my application from Qatar. So I'm using myself as a case study from my perspective. So what I do is I establish much of my ties with my employer, which is my company. That's the economic tie. So meaning I'm establishing my ties on economic ties based in Qatar, not in Ghana.
Mm, 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 mm.
So I made on my statement of purpose of my letter of explanation, I made it clear like after the studies is Qatar here, I'm coming, not going back to Ghana. You understand? If you're establishing the ties, you have to state where after you are going.
I think this is a great way of answering it. So basically, I think that those people who are also interested, they are in different countries, maybe Qatar, Saudi Arabia, or some, and they are interested of coming here. Basically, they should use the economic ties, right? Because they don't have any
Most
land.
yeah, they don't have it. If you are in Qatar, you will never have a land, you will never had a building in your name, you will never only thing you can have in your name is your vehicle. In my case, I was having a two vehicle. That's the only things I use in support of it. That's it.
So, but is it difficult to get that letter of recommendation from an employer or something like that?
It's all about you. It's difficult. It's very difficult. From where I was coming from, it's very difficult. But it all depends on your relation with your kind of your bosses, your HR, and how they like you or how they love you, the kind of work you do. So if they are giving you the go ahead, like, okay, I'm giving you this letter to aid you get a visa to travel, it's a good deal. But today I was talking to some guys, they are not getting. They are trying to push their companies, but they are not getting.
Mm,
Because the company don't want to give them.
oh, okay.
The company. That's the most difficult part of those coming from the Arab countries, the Gulf countries. That's the most difficult part of getting. Part of something they are not getting. They will never get. If you don't have good relation with your company, it's very difficult for them to give you those documents. A minute, let me test the person I'm picking. A minute.
Okay.
Excuse me. All right.
So, Kofi, after that you join, okay?
Yeah.
Let me remove you. Okay, so this is Kofi. Kofi applied his visa from Qatar. The reason why I brought him is that majority of the people are living in other countries. So maybe you are from Nigeria, you are living in Qatar, you are from Ghana, you are living in Dubai. Maybe you have a brother, you have your husband, your wife is in Dubai. Maybe he's completed university. He has a degree. He has a college certificate. Kofi is one of my friend in Canada here. He says he's a very good friend of me. Like I really love him. Sometimes he supports me. Like, he's a very good man. So I thought it wise that why don't I bring him so that he can educate people, because we are doing this internationally. Some people are in Qatar, they are in China, they are in the Arab countries, Dubai, and they are interested of coming here, but they don't know what to do. So this is for them to educate them more on, maybe when he come back, I'll ask him his knowledge about the visa. The reason is that when you are applying for visa, you need to seek different ideas, right? He's also he have a lot of wisdom. He has a lot of things that he's doing, right? So if I ask him certain questions, maybe probably he can also touch on certain things that somebody's not saying. Maybe I might not have, I've not even said it on my page, that you can also learn, because we are here to build our community. We are here to make good use of information. I'm not saying I know everything. Kofi also know a lot. He has been helping a lot of people to apply for visa and those kind of stuff, right? And he was also interviewed by Choco Millionaire. So Choco is our brother, Choco is our mentor as well. But he's also a good friend of mine. That is why we are all in Ontario. And today we decided to bring him on board so that he can really help you and support you as well. So basically, after maybe he enter, I'll ask him the visa application, maybe the knowledge he also have, and maybe the things he can also try to share with us, so that it can really help us to all understand how we can navigate through to achieve success. Because please, you share the message, you share the video, so that people can also come and watch. If you do this, maybe somebody is also in Dubai, he doesn't know how to establish home ties, right? He don't know anything. So the person can also watch the video and learn. Let's support ourselves. So please, you share the message. You share it with your friends. Give me more likes and promote the page. That is all what we are looking for. Okay, Kofi Wawa.
Yeah, I'm back. We can continue with it.
Okay, thank you, my brother. I have this question. The one you were talking about concerning if the person is in Qatar or Saudi Arabia or Dubai or China, Sweden, and you want to come to Canada, you advise that they shouldn't use Ghana as maybe their home ties, right? Because they are in there for long or something like that. So they can use economic ties, right?
Yeah.
So basically, that is what you're saying. Okay. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, now maybe somebody have gotten admission in Ghana. Let me talk about, or Africa, or generally the person has gotten admission. What are some of the things you advise so that the person can escape visa refusal or student? What are some of the technical things you think that if the person is doing the visa, he can also add up to give you maybe a leverage here?
Oh, okay. For the entire visa application, it it should be planned. It should be planned from the onset. The moment you get acceptance letter, you have to plan your visa before you even start everything. In planning means you have to know how you're gonna, whether you are going to use you are going to sponsor yourself personally, or you are going through a sponsorship. So you have to plan all this before you know the one to settle on, so that you know the required document you will need to get before you can do the application. So the first stage is when you get acceptance letter is to plan your visa.
So
The
you
type
are talking about planning.
Yeah, planning, yeah. Because you can't just go the same route as others are going. So I just say, so when you get say whether I have the means to sponsor the education myself, the Canada dream myself, or you have to use a sponsor. So you have to know all this before you will decide. If you are going through a sponsor, then you know, like, I'm going through a sponsor. So you will look for the required documents you will need for as being a sponsor. And as you being a personal sponsor, so you sponsoring your own self, the kind of application, the kind of documents you need. So these are two different things. So you have to decide on one, then you start on that particular one. So I'm clear on it.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. 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 So maybe if the person is coming in terms of letter of explanation and those kind of stuff, can you say something about it?
Well, for For the letter of explanation, there, it's all about you, yourself, your program. That's it, and how it's being related to your career, maybe in the future, how you want to pursue your career. So you establish all those. So it's in category. So it has the introductory part. So that you introduce yourself. Maybe after the introduction,
Okay,
why
Kofi, before you start that one, people have been confused with study plan and letter of explanation. Do you have any idea about this?
for me, for me, for me, I use this. They are the same thing. For me, to me, they are the same thing. To me, they are the same. The study of purpose, they are the same content in the letter of explanation. But for the letter of explanation, sometimes you refuse you. Sometimes they've refused you. So what you want to explain why. You want to explain why maybe you have this. And after you have added an additional document to your application and you want to explain it also to the visa officer, you can term it as letter of explanation. But to me, if you are using it as the first instance, letter of explanation is the same as study purpose. To
Oh
me,
yeah,
how I do it.
yeah. I think what you're saying is true. For me, I use choco I use letter of explanation, right? So a letter of explanation, the study plan, to me, I call it study plan in the letter of explanation.
Yes,
Sometimes,
it's all.
yes, is it on in the letter of explanation? You talk
Yeah.
about maybe your long-term goal. You talk about how is it related to your home, your employment, job opportunity, your career, your passion, everything after school. What next? All should be included in the letter of explanation.
Included it. Yes. And
Yes,
it's
of
the
course.
same thing as the study purpose, the same
Yes,
content too.
yes, of course. And maybe sometimes people also, if they are saying study plan, they don't really include who is going to sponsor them. And
Yes, yes,
yes,
yes.
but I've seen other videos who is saying that they should write one page of study plan, one page of letter of explanation. I don't really know what.
No, no,
For
no,
me,
no. For me, no, no, no. It does.
yes,
It all everything should be. If you are titling it statement of purpose, everything should be included in the same document.
yes,
If you are
yes.
titling it letter of explanation,
Explanation.
everything should be contained in that particular letter of explanation.
Yes, of course, of course.
That's how it should be. That's how
Okay,
it should
can
be.
you I think you have been helping a lot of people from Qatar, from Dubai, from China, from Ghana, and that. So the letter of explanation, how should they write it? You to share your knowledge, because I've been sharing my knowledge. I want you to also add that.
With the letter of explanation writing, if if you have that, now you've settled on, like, you have a program. So you have this program you want to do. So you first have to have the introductory part, right? You have to have the introductory part, which you describe yourself, your background, from maybe if you are applying from undergraduate, how you started it, way from senior high school coming. You introduce all and describe it. Then maybe so that one is about you yourself. That will be it. So about yourself, you have to give all this thing. Then you move to area why you choose that particular area school. So at why you choose area University of Manitoba, University of Saskatchewan, you choose this. So why you choose that particular school, not all other schools. So you give reasons why this school will help your goal. This school will help that particular course you choose. And also, then you come back to why you chose that particular program. Why you chose that particular program. So why you chose that particular program, you talk about why your career goes about it, how it's going to shape you in going forward, right? And you have to say why you chose Canada, not USA, not Germany, not UK, but why you chose Canada ahead of all those English speaking area countries, which are giving. So you have to explain all this, and you come back to the financial plan. How you gonna sponsor your education? How you gonna sponsor the Canada dream? So for that one, I always tell people you tabulate it as it is. So maybe your accommodation fees, you have to state it very clear. Your tuition, you have to state it very clear. So after you add up, so if you are making a 1 year tuition and 1 year expenses, have all those in your table. and sum them up, and how all these finances are being come up to, how who is sponsoring it, how is it coming up. So you have to explain those things inside it after you've tabulated them. And also you have to write the home ties. You can headline it home ties, how you are establishing your home ties in it.
So if a person is in Ghana right now, what are some of the things you advise he can use as
Yeah.
home ties?
For home ties, if he's having family, one is family. The very first thing is family. Whether you are married, you have your nuclear family, you have them on board. So if you are married, you have to show your marriage certificates, you have to show your marriage pictures, your family pictures, your case pictures. If you have your case pictures, their birth certificate, you have to include all of those documents. You have to include all of those. And also, if you have a job, you include all your job. If you have land property documents, you will include them too. Land documents, vehicle documents, business documents, you include all of those to establish all those ties at the home ties area. So you make it clear these are some things you have back home, which, like after your studies, you will still come back, which will like motivate you to come back because you have them back home. Visa office, because you are concluding everything, you should be able to convince the visa officer said, I'm giving you the visa. If I give you the visa, definitely you are coming back. So that's why you conclude like maybe at this course you chose will elevate you the kind of job you are doing. With this one, you state all of those in your concluding. So you know after this bachelor's or after this graduate help you. So you conclude it very nicely.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. Now, in terms of that financial proof, or like proof of funds, what advice can you also give? I think the last time we were looking at it, but oh God,
The proof of fund section. So
yeah.
the proof of fund section is the first one we always talk about it, the bank statement, right? The
Mm-hmm.
bank statement that's the key area for the proof of funds. So you have to have a bank statement for at least 4 to 6 months. Bank statement is okay for Canada study permit visa. So you have to have 4 to 6 months bank statement. So all those amounts in your bank should be able to cater for all at least first year you can say tuition, accommodation, your living expenses and everything. It should be able to cater for it. And also you have the bank statement. You have to get a. I always encourage people to get a bank letter to at least explain the yeah to always like explain like you have to provide. You don't have the kind of say maybe as you are using a fake bank statement or to prevent all those back and forth. So I always
Oh, okay. So Kofi, the
so
line was breaking.
hello,
You were talking about the
are
bank.
we
They should
clear?
have bank. Yeah, the bank letter. You said the bank should give them
Yeah,
letter,
yeah, the
right?
line was yeah,
Now, is it possible for the bank to
yeah,
give
yeah,
them?
yeah. You request a bank letter. Most banks don't want to give. Most banks don't want to give, but write a letter to them. Like, yes, I have clients. I have like I can say people like they've been taken from them all the time. But some banks also
Oh,
try to refill. When they give you the bank statement, they will tell you it's enough. But you can write them further. You are the client. You have the right. You have the right to request for it. So you write them an official letter like you want a bank letter from them. So the bank letter will state clearly like you are a customer with them with your account number and everything. They will state everything on the bank letter for you so that it will clear the doubt of you not having a good bank statement from a reliable banking institution and so on.
oh, okay, okay. So probably if maybe the person is watching us, maybe he doesn't have,
So
he has
so if you have
little,
all this,
he has little money in his or her bank statement or bank account. Maybe the person is a teacher, the person is a nurse, the person is just a worker. He has more money in his or her bank account. What advice are you going to? Should he attach to the application or the sponsor, only the sponsor letter? Yeah. Kofi, can you
No,
hear
your
me?
line was dropping. The line was dropping. Can you repeat?
I'm saying that if can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, I'm saying that if the person is applying and maybe he has little money in his account, right? Uh, so I want him to explain further so that people can also learn. As he's talking, you can write something. The reason is that we are not saying follow what we are saying, but the things you learn, write it down. Go and listen to other people as well. They also talk about different things. Go and add, sit down, blend it, make it solid. Because if you seek knowledge and wisdom from different people, it will make your the visa or your letter of explanation rich, because you are combining different ideologies, different wisdom, different knowledge to include in your letter of explanation on how to do the visa. So Kofi, I'm saying that if maybe the person has little money in his or her bank account,
Okay.
would you advise that the person should attach to the visa application, or maybe you should leave it to the sponsor, the person who is going to sponsor him or something like that?
You have to add it. So if you if somebody the money is coming from the sponsor, right? So for you being the principal applicant, you don't have to prove much money. You don't have to prove much money, because the chunk of it is coming from the sponsor. So the sponsor should have all those things. You too, if
Okay,
you have it, you can add it up.
okay. My last question for you. Maybe somebody is watching me. Nana Kwame, God bless you.
All right.
Uh, Kofi, I want to ask him. Maybe probably you are watching me. You have children, you have kids, you have husband or wife. You are interested of coming to Canada. You want to bring your family along, right? So, yeah, Kofi, can you hear me now? So, if yeah, Nana Kwame, God bless you for the stars, right? God bless you. Please, can the bank statement can you provide a bank statement from a rural bank? Yes, yes, you can. Rural bank is also a bank, or rural bank is for the poor. Yes, of course, you can, right?
Bank of
Yeah,
Ghana
Kofi.
registered bank.
Yeah, yeah, Kofi. My last question
Yeah.
is that maybe the person has family back home, his wife, his kids,
Okay.
and everybody. Will you advise them for them to come together? What money in terms of proving their funds? Because somebody is watching me, he has children, he has kids, he has a wife or a husband. He wants to bring his wife or husband and children to Canada through the school route. So, what advice are you going to advise here?
Yeah, for that one, if you have the needed kind of resources to sponsor, prove like you can easily cater for your family here in Canada. Go all the way out. Go all the way out. Yeah, and you still have ties back. Go all the way out. Add them up. But the most important is
Mm,
showing like you have the financial means to sponsor them. Because if you have a wife and maybe kids, meaning they are also an additional cost. So if you, I think even if you are doing the application, you download one particular, it states all those things.
yes.
I have not read much about it. Yeah, so it will tell you if you have a family, maybe you have to have this kind of amount. If you are coming with maybe children of two, you have to have this amount. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so if you have those means and you think you have good family ties back home and everything to prove like you wait to get a visa, just add them on and just try on.
Okay.
You know,
What? What? What?
we Ghanaians don't like much of this thing.
Mm.
We always want to come alone.
You say Ghanaians want to come alone, right? But
Yeah,
Indians want
yeah,
to bring their family. Indians want
yes,
to bring their
yes.
family, their brothers.
Yeah, Indians, Filipinos, they always want to bring their family along.
But Ghana,
But
there,
we,
we the
but
we
we
the, we the Africans, he won't even tell you that he's traveling.
and you know, I like Nigerians too. Like Nigerians also always most of the times try to bring their family along. Nigerians most of the times they try to bring, but we Ghanaians, and you're real, sir.
Now, young can't
Most people
like
you meet,
they won't tell you they are traveling. They won't tell you they are traveling. Okay, now you come and kill. No, he won't. Okay, Kofi, let me ask you 3 questions and then you leave. Okay, I know you have time. What's Peter? Could you please kindly help me out with the following proof of funds? Can my childhood friend who is in the United States Army sponsor me? He is willing to provide me with every document to support. My big sister is a businesswoman and she is also ready to, Kofi, there are certain things I don't want us to talk on. I don't want.
yeah. But for
Yes.
this one, we don't want to talk about it. But it's better you go with your sister than your friend.
Okay. That it's okay, Kofi.
Yeah,
There are certain
yeah.
things, we don't want to answer. If you have anything, Kofi, would you like to give out your email if a person wants to reach you or something like that?
My
Or
email is, yeah, just pin it for anyone who wants to send an email, consultib94@gmail.com.
consort 19
IB.
consort IB.
consultib94@gmail.
Okay. Thank you very much. And God bless you, my brother. I think you are going someplace and you know to have discussion. God bless you. I also have a meeting. And thank you very much for honoring me. God bless you. And the
All
lady,
right,
I
thank
think,
you.
is it the lady or a guy? Greet her or him for me. At the back. At the back. I can see somebody's voice over there. So greet the
The
person
guy.
for me. A guy. Oh, okay. God bless you and
Okay.
have a nice day. For my mentorship program. Another mentorship program will be coming, but that one I think you need to register because people have been saying that if I do it free, people will not take it seriously. So if you're interested, this is not by force. Even if it's 2 people, we will do it. If we are not looking at the multitude of people, we are looking at people who really want to invest in their mindset and their skills and how they can also become relevant to it. He said, Mr. Peter, I applied for 2 years masters based on the proof of funds. Am I going to show proof of funds for 2 years living expenses? It's just 1 year. Just 1 year. How can I calculate for my proof of funds? Calculate it 1 year. Your school fees for 1 year. Write down the money. If you're coming to Canada, you will need $10,000. That is your living expenses. Add your school fees or your tuition fee to the 10,000. Add it. You can also, that is basically the money you want to show, right? Because Canada government is saying bring 10,000 as your money, right? And your school fees. So calculate it and blend it. But one thing is that make good use of the bank statement. Make them know that even if 1 year catches, the person can really help you to support. So don't just calculate it with say like clear. If they're demanding your school fees and bank statement is 28,000, you bring $28,000. No, make them know that even if the 1 year rich runner, there's still extra money. Like it's not going to bring huge money, but be reasonable, right? Be reasonable in calculating. So at least the bank statement should cover your 1 year tuition fee and at least money that will demonstrate your future plan. That even if the bank statement will be there solid to support you. I hope you get it. So thank you very much. Recommend my page. The page, you can recommend it so that the page can grow. Tell your friend to tell the friend to tell the friend to tell the friend to come and support me. We are giving time some time, and this is a time for you to tell time that we cannot waste time again. Yet we waste time again. This year, something must happen in our life. We are going to challenge you so that you can do a lot and build yourself. I want to see you. I want to see you happy. I want to see your greatness. I want you to share your testimony with me. Follow the page. Follow Just Ask Nancy. Follow Mr. O. Follow KKT. Follow Ling Ado. Follow Choco Millionaire. My boss, if for no more war, G Kwashi. If for Canada, these people are recommended people. I supported them. They are my mentor, my brothers, my sisters, my loved ones. Continue supporting me. Nanama, Captain Brand. God bless you. And I know this guy, I want you to also support him. Watch your brand here. Please go and support that guy. God bless you. I love you all. Bye bye.